Hey guys, JJ the Crazy here today, and I've been sick this whole week, so in this video this is how I am going to sound.
In today's video we will be taking a look at all the SpongeBob Christmas and winter themed episodes. I can't do all of this by myself, so today I am joined by two amazing YouTubers, A.S.K and Rushaan SBSP. Thank you guys for joining me in this video. Link to their channels in the description below. We will be reviewing the episodes in their production number order. That leaves us with the first review of Christmas Who, done by A.S.K. Take it away, Air.
Hey ladies and jellyfish, wombos of all sizes, it's A.S.K here to talk to you about Christmas Who, the first SpongeBob special to ever be made, and in my opinion, one of the most genuine and nostalgic in this show. What can I say about it that isn't obvious? In terms of iconic Christmas specials, it certainly takes the cake for being the funniest, most creative, and most nostalgic. Let's just get into it. The plot is about SpongeBob discovering what Christmas is and spreading it to all the Bikini Bottomites, all but Squidward, who he fails to convince there is a Santa Claus. After an unsuccessful Christmas of singing and waiting for Santa to arrive, SpongeBob becomes sad right before Squidward dresses up as Santa to cheer him up, and ends up giving away all of his things to the other Bikini Bottomites as gifts. In the end, Santa is revealed to be true, and we have a really solid episode right here. There's also a subplot spliced throughout the episode featuring Patchy and Potty watching SpongeBob making Christmas desserts. In terms of plot, this episode has a lot going for it, and the execution isn't too shabby. It teaches kids to always believe and have imagination, and it gives us a heartwarming 22 minutes to enjoy. We have the main reason that this show is so iconic, Squidward and SpongeBob's dichotomy and characterized clash, showing us that they are both polar opposites, yet both end up coming together in the end. I explained this more in my SpongeBob retrospective, so please consider checking that out if you're interested. The awesome song in this episode about the very first Christmas is absolutely on par with the other classics like Rudolph or Frosty in my opinion. Just a masterpiece in every way.
Thank you, Air. Can't wait to see what you have in store for us with Frozen Face Off. Next up we have Survival of the Idiots, done by Rushaan SBSP. Rushaan, you have the stage now.
Hey everyone, my name's Rushaan, and I was given the task to review two amazing episodes of SpongeBob on JJ the Crazy's channel. The two episodes I'll be reviewing is Survival of the Idiots and Snowball Effect. So, let's start off with Survival of the Idiots. The plot is pretty simple. SpongeBob and Patrick learn about hibernation, and of course, being SpongeBob and Patrick, bothering Sandy while she's hibernating. This episode is hilarious. It's basically one of those classic SpongeBob episodes that you could just keep on watching again, and again. With Patrick getting part of his head ripped off to who you callin' a pinhead, this episode is so good. Not the best, of course, but I thought this episode was fun. I will say though, Sandy seems pretty menacing throughout this episode as she's hibernating. Like, look at this. I would never go near this thing in a back alley. Seriously, like if I saw this, I would run. Anyways, this episode is fun, festive, and hilarious, and honestly, in terms of my favorite episodes of SpongeBob, this one comes pretty close. It's just a fun adventure of stupidity and just an hilarious adventure on the way. I would have more to say about this episode, but honestly, it's just one of those classic SpongeBob episodes that are just so simple and just good. But with Snowball Effect, I'll be going into a little bit more detail because I have a lot to say about that episode.
Amazing work, Rushaan. Next up we have Rushaan final piece in this video, which is the review of Snowball Effect.
So Snowball Effect is by far one of my favorite episodes in the entire series. An iceberg travels across the surface of the ocean and stops over Bikini Atoll, causing it to snow underwater in Bikini Bottom. This caused SpongeBob and Patrick to have a snowball fight, which is the title. Well, it's not really a snowball fight, it's called Snowball Effect, which kind of makes sense, which kind of leads into Squidward being different. Let's just say Squidward's very annoyed by this as SpongeBob and Patrick keep ruining his perfect day under the deep blue sea. Anyways, SpongeBob teaches Patrick how to make a snowball, and they start doing a massive fight, and, well, they want Squidward to come in as well. Now, Squidward tries to convince them to continue for his entertainment, but repeatedly gets hit with a snowball by Patrick as a result. He then decides to throw a snowball at SpongeBob and Patrick, but misses both of them. SpongeBob and Patrick then proceeds to duck behind their fort, begin to pelt Squidward with snowball. Afterwards, a frustrated Squidward proceeds to throw a snowball and hits SpongeBob right in the face, and he enjoys it. This episode is so funny because it shows Squidward actually liking something, you know? We never see Squidward happy all that much. Let's be real here. Squidward's more of that kind of stubborn, kind of sad character. Not sad, but just kind of a character that never really gets happy in terms of SpongeBob and Patrick. But in this episode, it shows that Squidward really likes snowball fights. And honestly, it's hilarious. I love this episode so much. It's hilarious. I feel like it's probably one of the most classic episodes of SpongeBob ever. If you go to a SpongeBob fan, they'll probably say this episode is so good because they're not lying, it's a really good episode, and honestly, one of the most festive episodes if you're gonna watch in Christmas. Anyways, a big thanks to JJ the Crazy for making me a part of this awesome collaboration. I really appreciate it, and if you want to see more SpongeBob videos, please go ahead and check out my channel. See you guys later.
Thank you, Rushaan, for that review. I hope we can do something like this again. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Rushaan. Don't forget to subscribe to him. Link in description. Next up we have my first review, which is Krabs a la mode. In Krabs a la mode, Mr. Krabs makes a big deal over Squidward touching the thermostat, which gives Plankton the idea to turn the thermostat all the way down so the Krusty Krab can freeze. Of course his plan fails and everyone loves the Krusty Krab being a frozen palace. Mr. Krabs finds out about Plankton's plan and freezes Plankton. I always remember this episode because of its design. The Krusty Krab being a frozen ice palace looks amazing. It has some memorable jokes and it even gave us this scene. I would give this episode a 8 out of 10. Next up we have A.S.K's final review for this video. And here we have A.S.K with Frozen Face Off.
Let's move on to Frozen Face Off now, one of my favorite Season 8 episodes, and honestly one of the best post-movie episodes in my opinion. It utilizes all of our favorite characters and actually uses them and doesn't just have them be there. Gary pulls the sled, who is SpongeBob, which is led by Sandy and steered by Karen. Even Squidward pitches in as our comic relief here, and Patrick even helps out in a crucial scene with his gummy worms. The characters are honestly the best part of this episode for me, but the plot is also awesome. It mixes the race aspect between all the characters until they all come together and try to stay alive, only to be faced by double cross from Krabs, a hilarious Plankton stealing the formula bit, and an awesome chase sequence with this big snow monster thing. The third act is also really suspenseful, and overall this episode keeps us hooked for the entire thing. The comedy added here is awesome, and this is by far one of the top Plankton stealing the formula plots I've ever seen. That scene with the coin and Plankton splitting atoms is some of the most fun I've had watching SpongeBob. Anyway, big thanks to JJ for including me in this video, and please consider checking out my channel for more SpongeBob content. Ciao!
That review was truly amazing, A.S.K. Thank you for helping me on the video and hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Next up we have It's a SpongeBob Christmas. In It's a SpongeBob Christmas, SpongeBob makes everyone in town a jerk by spreading Plankton's fruitcake filled with jerktonium. SpongeBob finds out the cure to make everyone normal is to sing a song, which is Don't Be a Jerk. There's also this whole other plot with Patchy and Potty and an evil robot SpongeBob trying to kill Santa. This episode is an amazing Christmas special. Seeing SpongeBob and pals in stop motion was truly amazing. The song was amazing and the jokes were as well. I always remember seeing this special for the first time on CBS with my cousin. Overall I give the episode 9.5 out of 10. Now we have Goons on the Moon. In this episode Sandy takes her science scout troop to the moon. Santa for some reason is also on the moon. Of course SpongeBob does the wrong thing and destroys the moon, then giving him the idea to become the moon until next Christmas. Now I don't really see this episode has Christmas, but the advertising described it as a out of the world Christmas special. I mean, like, yes, it has Santa, but that's it. No one in the episode celebrates the holiday by "Hey, this is the best we can get." The jokes were okay, but the first 11 minutes felt like filler to me. Overall I give the episode 6 out of 10. Now we have our final Christmas episode, Plankton's Old Chum. In this episode Plankton tricks SpongeBob into hiding his old chum, which then leads to a new holiday called Chum Day. Only the last few minuets get like Christmas to me. I also don't see this as much as a Christmas episode, but it's still okay. Animation was good and so were the jokes. Overall 7 out of 10. Well, that's the end of our reviews. I'd like to thank A.S.K and Rushaan SBSP one more time for joining me on this video. Don't forget to check their channels out. Thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. Bye.